Hello, my name is Booty. This time, we are going to grow tomatoes using a pot made from a used water gallon. It looks really beautiful, and here are the steps. The first step is to choose ripe and healthy tomatoes for seed extraction. Make sure the tomatoes you select are fresh and show no signs of rot or disease, as this can affect the quality of the seeds. Once selected, cut the tomatoes and scoop out the seeds into a clean container. Next, strain the tomato seeds to separate them from the pulp or flesh. You can use a fine mesh strainer or a regular sieve for this process. After straining, spread the seeds evenly on a clean tray or plate. Place the tray under direct sunlight and allow the tomato seeds to dry completely. This drying process usually takes about 1 day. Once fully dried, the seeds are ready to be stored or used for planting. Next, plant the tomato seeds in a seedling medium. Place 1 or 2 seeds into each hole in the seed tray or planting medium. Cover the seeds with a thin layer of coconut fiber to help them germinate faster. Don't forget to water them regularly to maintain moisture. Wait a few days until the seeds begin to sprout and grow into seedlings. While waiting for the seedlings to grow, we can prepare the planting containers. Here, I'm using empty mineral water gallons that I got from a recycled goods collector. First, cut the gallon into 2 parts by following the groove lines on the surface, like this. To ensure proper water drainage and prevent water from pooling inside the pot, you can make holes using a soldering iron or a drill. If you don't have either, you can use a heated metal rod as an alternative. To enhance the appearance and protect the roots from sunlight, we can paint the planting container. Just paint the outside part, then let it dry under the sun until the paint is completely dry before use. For the planting medium, I'm simply using soil as the main ingredient. However, to balance the nutrients and support healthy plant growth, I added a bit of compost. This mixture is simple, but it's good enough to help tomato seedlings grow well. After 15 days from the seedling process, the tomato seeds have grown and are ready to be transplanted into a larger growing medium. We can now move the seedlings into the recycled gallon containers that we previously prepared. Make sure the gallons have proper drainage holes and that the planting medium is well mixed and ready. When transplanting, handle the seedlings gently to avoid damaging the roots. Once planted, press the soil lightly around the base to help the seedlings stand firmly, then water it just enough to keep the soil moist. After planting is complete, water the plants every morning and evening, especially during the dry season. Avoid overwatering to prevent the roots from rotting, just make sure the soil stays consistently moist. After 10 days, apply organic fertilizer such as compost or manure regularly, ideally every 10 days or once every 2 weeks. This step is important to ensure the plant gets enough nutrients, so it can grow healthy and produce lots of tomatoes. After 20 days, the tomato plant is still in the vegetative phase, which is when the plant focuses on growing its leaves, stems, and roots. This stage is very important because it determines how strong and healthy the plant will be when it enters the generative phase, flowering and fruiting. To support optimal growth during this phase, apply organic fertilizers such as compost, manure, or liquid organic fertilizer regularly. These types of fertilizers are excellent because they provide the essential nutrients needed to build a strong foundation before the plant starts producing fruit. At 30 days old, the tomato plant begins to enter the early generative phase, which is when the plant starts preparing to flower and eventually bear fruit. Make sure the stake is firmly anchored into the soil. Strong support will help the plant grow optimally all the way through to the harvest period. One noticeable change during this stage is that the stem begins to grow taller and more elongated. Because of this, it's very important to provide a support stake or trellis to help keep the plant stable. In my case, I started installing a bamboo stake as a support. However, you can also use other materials like wood, metal rods, or even PVC pipes, depending on what you have available at home. The key is to make sure the support is strong enough to hold the plant upright as it grows taller and heavier with fruit. I installed the stake and tied it firmly to ensure the plant stays sturdy as it continues to grow taller. I used a support approximately 2 meters high so it can accommodate the tomato plant's vertical growth throughout the generative phase. Make sure to tie the bamboo stake securely so it stays firmly in place. A strong and stable support is essential to help the plant grow upright and avoid collapsing as it gets taller. Don't forget to gently tie the tomato stem to the stake using string, raffia, or strips of cloth. Make sure the ties are not too tight, so the stem isn't damaged. This step helps keep the plant standing upright, especially during strong winds or while watering. By installing a support early on, you're helping the tomato plant grow in the right direction, preventing it from falling over, and preparing it to enter the next growth phase in the best condition. At 40 days old, the tomato plant has fully entered the generative phase, which is when flowers begin to bloom and fruit starts to form. This is a very important stage, as it will determine the quality and success of the harvest. Therefore, plant care must be carried out more intensively and carefully during this time. Some important things to do during this phase include: 1. Applying organic fertilizer regularly. Providing sufficient nutrients will help the fruits grow healthy, large, and less likely to fall off prematurely. 2. Removing weeds or unwanted grass. Weeds can compete with tomato plants for water and nutrients, and they may also become breeding grounds for pests. 3. Tying the stem to the stake. As the plant grows taller and the fruits become heavier, the tomato stem becomes more prone to bending or falling. Tie the stem to the stake carefully using string to keep it upright and stable. Make sure the ties are firm but not too tight, so as not to damage the stem. After the plant reaches 50 days of age, you'll notice that more and more fruits begin to appear. Don't forget to water the plant every day. Tomato plants that are bearing fruit require more water than in the earlier growth stages. Water the plant daily, especially in the morning or late afternoon when the weather is cooler. The soil should remain moist, but not waterlogged. With proper care during this phase, tomato plants will grow well and be ready to produce healthy and abundant fruit. Continue to monitor their growth daily and make sure all their needs are met in a balanced way. When tomato plants begin to bear fruit at around 60 days of age, it marks a very important stage to ensure the fruit grows healthy and reaches full maturity. To help the plant produce abundant and high-quality fruit, one of the most effective steps is to prune the lower leaves. By doing this, the plant will become healthier, grow more optimally, and yield a more abundant harvest. After going through a series of patient and attentive care, from seed sowing, transplanting into containers, daily watering, regular fertilization, pruning, and staking, comes the most anticipated moment in growing tomatoes, the harvest time. The plants now look lush and vibrant, filled with fruits that are beginning to show clear signs of ripeness. Color change is one of the most obvious indicators. Tomatoes that were once green gradually turn into bright red, golden yellow, or deep orange, depending on the variety grown. A uniform color, glossy skin, and slightly soft texture to the touch are all signs that the fruit has reached perfect ripeness. Generally, tomatoes are ready to be harvested between 70 to 90 days after planting. However, this can vary depending on the type of tomato, weather conditions, and how well the plants have been cared for. To maintain the quality of the fruit, it's best to harvest in the morning when the air is still cool, or in the late afternoon before sunset. This is the result of pruning the lower leaves that are old, yellowing, or too close to the ground. This simple action has a significant impact on the health and productivity of tomato plants. The main purposes of this pruning step are: 1. To improve air circulation around the plant, reducing the risk of excess humidity. 2. To prevent the growth of fungi and diseases, which typically thrive in damp and poorly ventilated areas. 3. To redirect the plant's energy toward developing flowers and fruits, rather than maintaining unproductive leaves. As you can see, the results speak for themselves. Despite being grown in a limited space using a recycled container made from a used water bottle, this tomato plant is producing an impressive number of fruits, healthy and abundant. This proves that with the right techniques, consistent care, and a bit of creativity, it's entirely possible to achieve a bountiful harvest even in small spaces. You can easily apply this method at home. It's space efficient, cost effective, and still produces high quality tomatoes. Growing plants is not about how much land you have, but about how much attention and effort you give at every stage of their growth. The harvesting process should also be done with care. Use your hands or clean scissors to gently pick the fruit. Avoid pulling or twisting the stem too hard, as this can damage the plant, especially the main stem, which may continue to produce more fruit. Harvesting is more than just collecting produce. It is a celebration of dedication and consistency over many weeks. Fresh, healthy, and colorful tomatoes can be enjoyed immediately in cooking, turned into juice, sauces, or preserved for daily kitchen use. The flavor and satisfaction of homegrown tomatoes often surpass those found in stores, because you know the love and effort that went into every stage. This is the reward for patience, care, and love for growing. Growing tomatoes is more than a hobby. It's an enriching experience that nurtures the soul and brings simple happiness right from your own backyard. The long-awaited moment, harvesting tomatoes with the family. After weeks of lovingly and patiently caring for the tomato plants, the most awaited day has finally arrived, Harvest Day. But this time, it feels far more special because it's done together with the whole family. The children, with bright eyes and cheerful smiles, eagerly join the harvesting process. Their little hands carefully reach out for the ripe red tomatoes hanging on the vines. With laughter filling the air, they proudly show off each tomato they pick, as if discovering hidden treasures in the little garden at home.
The night's young, and it's just begun, as she puts her hand in mine. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild.
Look, mine's huge, shouts the younger sibling, beaming as they hold up their very first tomato, picked with their own hands. This moment is not just about collecting the fruits, it's about building family bonds, teaching patience, responsibility, and a love for nature from an early age. The children learn that food doesn't magically appear in supermarkets, it comes from a fascinating natural process that they can be a part of. Harvesting together becomes a beautiful memory they'll carry with them. Amid the rush of modern life, a simple moment like this brings priceless joy and connection. Because in the end, the sweetest fruit isn't just the one picked from the plant, it's also the smiles, laughter, and love that grow within the family.
Ya, itu sama dipotong-potong temannya.
After the success of the first harvest, it's now time for the second round of harvesting, which takes place when the tomato plants reach around 85 days old. This marks another rewarding milestone that proves how consistent care and patience truly pay off. During this second harvest, most of the ripe fruits are found near the top of the plant. The vibrant red tomatoes glowing among the green leaves seem like nature's gift in return for the time and effort poured into their growth. Some of the fruits even appear larger and more vibrant than those from the first harvest, showing that the plant is thriving in optimal condition. The harvesting process is carried out carefully. Each tomato is picked by hand or with small scissors to avoid damaging the main stem. Once again, this activity becomes a joyful moment, especially when shared with family. The children are still just as enthusiastic, laughing and excitedly comparing the tomatoes they've collected. This second harvest is more than just about picking ripe fruit, it's a celebration of continuity and life. It reminds us that even from a plant grown in a limited container, with enough love and attention, we can achieve something truly abundant. Just like in life, the process of planting and harvesting teaches us that patience, dedication, and care are never in vain. And that's the complete journey of growing tomatoes from seeds all the way to harvest, a step-by-step process we've gone through together, starting from seed germination, daily care, fertilizing, pruning, and finally enjoying a bountiful and fresh harvest. I hope this video inspires you to start your own gardening adventure at home, even if you have limited space. With a little effort, patience, and love for nature, anyone can grow and enjoy their own fresh produce. Not only does gardening provide healthy food, but it also brings a sense of peace, fulfillment, and joy, especially when done together with family. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to click like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss more inspiring content about home gardening, recycled planting ideas, and vegetable growing tips. Thank you so much for watching until the end. See you in the next video. May your garden always thrive, and your harvest be abundant and full of happiness.